A Twitter user by the name Pidom, who is an investigative journalist in Nigeria, has been kidnapped. Pidom is going by the handle 99% oppressed in 99% oppressed. That is his Twitter handle, a faceless account. He has been going about unveiling the evil of this administration, and he has said quite a number. He has given quite a number of reports as regards to what some people in this administration are doing that are wrong, and he has released quite a number of documents that is incriminating against this administration. But then it is so sad to hear that this morning, the 23rd of August 2024, this guy who is operating a faceless account, an investigative journalist, has been kidnapped in Nigeria, and we are wondering why exactly this guy was kidnapped, because according to him, he recently released some reports that some persons are threatening him in his DM and all of that. And today, thankfully for some of his friends who are investigative journalists too, who has been able to hack into his accounts to take hold of his account so they don't take down his accounts. Currently, his account is in the control of some of his friends by the name David Undein, an investigative journalist too, and we are wondering why exactly this guy was kidnapped. I mean, this is the same Nigeria where we have somebody who has committed an heinous crime, who is walking about on the street. We have the case of Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello is still walking on the street of Nigeria, and yet nobody has been able to pin him down. The case is still back and forth in the courts today, with no one to pin him down, with no one to hold him tight as regards to what he has done that is wrong. Yet there is a guy in the custody of kidnappers. Why? Because he is revealing the secrets of our leaders, of our top leaders. This is the same Nigeria where our police, our DSS, has been unable to pin down the killers of a Yoruba, of a monarch in Nigeria. A Nigerian monarch has been kidnapped in Nigeria. This man waited for some persons to arise and pay the ransom that is required to be paid so that he will be released. The Nigerian government did not arise to pay that ransom. Nobody arise to pay that ransom. Currently, as we speak, the Nigerian monarch has been killed. As if that was not enough. As if that was not. This is not the first time that we'll be hearing the killing of monarchs in Nigeria. There was a case that happened in Ekiti State where about 3 monarchs were killed. The Nigerian government did not find solution to it. Those kidnappers are moving on the streets freely with nobody to hold them down. Yet they could kidnap an investigative journalist who is only doing his job. In this same Nigeria, 20 medical students in Nigeria has been kidnapped. The Nigerian government are not looking for how they are going to release these children. Yes, we are talking about deficiency in our healthcare system. Yet the Nigerian government are saying that our nurses, our doctors are leaving the country. Why won't they leave the country when there is nothing to hold on to in Nigeria? When there is no hope for them, there is no guarantee on their health, on their life, on their future, yet you expect them to stay. There is no guarantee of their security. These 20 medical students are still in the custody of these kidnappers, yet the Nigerian government has done nothing to this. But then you could discover somebody who is operating a faceless account. He is operating a faceless account. You don't know him. You can't trace him. His location is not seen. But how come they knew that he was the one operating the faceless account and they could arrest him? But it is this same Nigeria during the End Bad Governance protests that there is a particular account, someone who is operating a faceless account on the same X by the name Lagospedia, who is going about to talk about tribalism, raising xenophobia amongst tribe in Nigeria. Somebody by the name Adeniyi, operating under the account, under the guise of Lagospedia, is going about talking about killing Igbos, talking about suicides among Igbos, saying that all Igbos should leave the country and all of that. People find out who is operating that faceless account, but the Nigerian government has done nothing as regards to this guy by the name Adeniyi, who is going about threatening genocide on Igbo ethnic nationality living in southwestern Nigeria. The Nigerian government did not do anything as regards to this. The Nigerian government did not do anything. Lagos State did not do anything to this. Lagospedia is still operating these accounts on X. Yet, the Nigerian government could do something to unveil the face of 99% oppressed, going by the name Pidom Nigeria, who is only helping the vulnerables in Nigeria, who is only helping to unveil the vulnerable in Nigeria. Yet, this guy has been kidnapped and there is nobody to unveil who he is. Who else should we hold on to? Who else should we say is a part of the kidnap of this guy, if not for those whose identity he has revealed? It was this same guy who revealed part of the many plans that the police were planning for some of the protesters prior to the time that they came outside. He, not one, not twice, he has released documents that are incriminating against this administration. He has revealed the truth that they have been covering, the truth that they have been shielding. He unveiled most of these documents. So Nigerians, the vulnerables in Nigeria can be involved in what is happening in Nigeria. So who else are we going to hold account for all of these things that we are seeing? Who else are we going to hold account for it? This guy has been kidnapped. Why exactly? We don't know. Yet, he is operating a faceless account. The same Nigeria that could Nigerian kidnappers could track somebody who is operating a faceless account. The same Nigerian government cannot look for a way to put an end to banditry and insecurity with the use of artificial intelligence. How then do you think this cannot be traced down to the people whose identity this guy has unveiled as being a part for the reason why we are where we are in Nigeria today? This is the same Nigeria that cannot with the aid of technology, tell why we are where we are today. But yet, the same technology could track somebody whose car paper has expired. The same technology can track them just so they can get money. The same technology that you use to track somebody to come and make payments for fine for their car papers that has expired, the same technology cannot track how we can put an end to insecurity. There was a case of kidnappers demanding for 20 million naira ransom in Benue State. They put a call through to the occupants of the community in Benue State. Yet, technology could not track who is behind those calls. The same who is operating a faceless account and they track this guy to the point of kidnapping him. Where exactly are we going to in Nigeria? The same technology that the Nigerian government cannot use to put an end to banditry is the same technology that could not track who are the callers, those who put a call through to the Kuriga community, those community whose children were kidnapped, about 200 students were kidnapped in Kaduna State. The technology cannot track the callers when they were demanding for e-locks, when they were demanding for bag of rice, when they were demanding for power bike. Technology cannot track them. But technology can discover where they are. And they discovered where those children are without unveiling the faces of these kidnappers. What sort of technology is at work in Nigeria? It is making us to ask. The same technology and intelligence that could discover an illegal refinery that is operating in Rivers State with due diligence, with enough intelligence, according to the Navy commander, who said they put in enough intelligence to discover the illegal refinery. Yet, the same technology cannot discover the faces operating the illegal refinery. Who are the Nigerian government deceiving? Who exactly are they deceiving? Because we are wondering, technology is working, but technology cannot discover the atrocities that we see happening in our society today. What sort of technology is at work in Nigeria? Is it a Nigerian invented technology, or a technology that hide heinous crimes but can reveal a technology that can reveal things that is needed for you to acquire money? What sort of technology is that? The same technology that discovered the face of PDOM Nigeria, that discovered the face of 99% oppressed. Why can't that same technology discover all of the heinous crime committed by Yaya Bello? Why is Yaya Bello still moving on the street of Nigeria? A lot of names has been uncovered by bandits in affiliation to criminal activities, but then they could not arrest those people. We have a sitting Senate president in Nigeria who has been beyond allegations. This man was said to embezzle billions of naira, but he said he had pneumonia. But that same man is still sitting in our Senate today. That same man is still the Senate president of Nigeria today. We have the case of some persons who someone who was the former CBN chairman, who was retrenched by the by Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration. Moments after, this man became an emir in Kano State. Yet technology cannot uncover that this man was once an embezzler. He once embezzled the Nigerian people money. Who are the Nigerian government deceiving? Practically all of the people who are standing for the truth in Nigeria, they've been taken down. NNPC has been bought over. There is transfer of ownership of NNPC. The only standing organization in Nigeria that could hold on to the banner of truth to some extent, which is the NLC, is what the Nigerian government are looking at ways to crumble now. Why are the Nigerian government raising an allegation of terrorism against the NLC chairman, against Joe Ajaero, if not that they want to crumble that system? So it is making us to wonder exactly what technology is for. It seems like the technology is only in favor of our leaders, and it is opposing whatever notion that is raised by the Nigerian people. So this is just a call for as many persons who can share this to go ahead and share it. PDOM Nigeria is an investigative journalist who is unveiling the truth about this administration, the truth about our leaders, the truth about what is going on in our sector today that you will never hear in the news media, in the mainstream media. This guy is going about to unveil it. Yet, it is this same guy who is operating a faceless account. He has been tracked and kidnapped. Currently, his account is being operated by some of his friends who are investigative journalists too. The person of David Undein. This is a call to Nigerians to share this. PDOM Nigeria is innocent. He only unveils the truth. If whoever that is behind this kidnapping should release him. Is coming back and he will unveil more truths. The same thing that they did to Dambelo that did not come out fruitful. It will not be fruitful in the time of PDOM Nigeria. The same way they called for the arrest of Dambelo when he unveiled the secrets of some atrocities happening in Kano State. They called for his arrest. When he had credible evidence against them, they had to put an end to that nonsense arrest that they demanded of before. The same way they called for the release of Dambelo is the same way they should call for the release of PDOM Nigeria. He is innocent. He is working for the masses.